I'm Craig Lohman, and welcome to the Martha Gessling Weber Reading Center. Today, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite reading intervention strategies, Reader's Theater. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the things that researchers have to say about using Reader's Theater as an intervention strategy for reading. And in the end, I'll also get to talk about my own experiences with a colleague with getting to implement this strategy with students in a Summer Connections program.
So before I talk about my experiences with engaging students in a Reader's Theater activity this past summer, let's discuss what research says about the purposes and implementation of Reader's Theater as a reading strategy. According to Young and Rosinski, 2009, Reader's Theater is a performance of a written script that demands repeated and assisted reading that is focused on delivering meaning to an audience. What they suggest is that the repeated and assisted practice involved in rehearsal will improve accuracy and automaticity in word recognition. That being said, let's highlight some of the skills that Reader's Theater targets. First and foremost is fluency. Like I said, the repeated and assisted practices that are involved with rehearsing Reader's Theater scripts helps to improve accuracy and automaticity in word recognition. However, with fluency, automatic word recognition is not the only skill involved. Rather, a student's expression is very important. And that's that word there that you see is prosody. So the way that the student expresses the emotions and actually reads the words and delivers meaning through that. Aside from those two fluency related skills, working with the Reader's Theater script, there's also an opportunity to work on vocabulary, so the difficult words that students come across, and making sure they understand, number one, how to read that word, but also what that word means and the meaning that that word carries. And with that also, you're working on the overall aspect of comprehension. So there are many reasons why a teacher might choose to implement Reader's Theater as a strategy in their classroom, mainly because it is an engaging activity that can be motivating for students. It's very kinesthetic in the sense that students get to perform this and be up and moving around in front of their classmates. It's visual in the sense that students can make props if they so desire. It's a differentiated activity because you can target both accelerated readers and struggling readers at the same time, and it's an effective strategy. When it comes time to actually implement Reader's Theater in the classroom, research suggests that the activities span across 5 mini lessons across 5 days. On day 1, it's meant for introducing the script to students, and they do their initial read and work on comprehension activities. On day 2, students choose their character roles, and they get to then highlight the text and practice their specific lines for their character. On day 3, students work on identifying difficult words, and they clarify the meaning of those words and practice prosody, so their expression. Day 4 is meant for the final rehearsal, so students work on reading the text and preparing for their performance on actually day 5. So day 5 is meant for performing the Reader's Theater for an audience. Typically it's their fellow classmates, but also it's encouraged that outside faculty or even parents can sometimes be brought in to serve as an audience. It just helps to make the performance more authentic.
Over the summer, my colleague and I were fortunate enough to get to use this Reader's Theater script box by Lakeshore, and it actually comes with 8 sets of Reader's Theater's text already made that the students got to choose from. Here's an example of one that the students used called Tug of War. As you can see, the characters' dialogue is all separated out already, and for each character, the lines are highlighted. So here, on this one is the tortoise, and all the tortoise's lines are highlighted. This one, the hippo, all the hippo's lines are highlighted, and so on for all the rest of the characters. And next I'll get to show you how it is that we got to actually utilize these.
Our first session started with introducing students to the Reader's Theater texts. Students collectively chose which one they wanted to read, and they engaged in the initial reading of the script. Afterward, they answered comprehension questions written specifically for the text, and misunderstandings in plot were clarified. The second session began with students choosing which character role they wanted to read.
Once roles were chosen, students read the text a second time. However, this time they were told to keep an eye out for difficult words. After reading, students identified the difficult words with stickers, and they made a list from which they practiced. By the third session, students were getting more fluent with their lines. And on their third read-through, they were asked to think of props they could make for the Reader's Theater performance. Once the list was made, it was time to create the props. We began the fourth session by discussing what good, expressive reading sounds like, and students then applied these skills as we staged and rehearsed our Reader's Theater performance. We knew the final performance was going to be for the parents at Celebration Day, which was a week away, so we had time to engage all of the previous steps again with a new Reader's Theater script. As Celebration Day approached, the students chose which script they wanted to showcase, and they gave a lot of practice to their performance and their fluency. On Celebration Day, the students performed their Reader's Theater for their families, as well as other passersby who became engaged by the performance. The students received wonderful applause, and they got to share their growth charts with their loved ones. So, I want to thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you got a little bit out of it with me sharing some of the research and my own experiences with implementing Reader's Theater as a reading intervention strategy. Now, don't fret if you don't happen to have access to a pre-made Reader's Theater script box like this one. There's plenty of resources online that you can check out, or you and your students can make your own, whether from your own minds or from a book that you're reading in class already. So experiment with it. Hopefully it works out for you. But if you'll please excuse me, I got a student I gotta go work with. Hey Luke, how you been?